does look like another nail in the coffin for Ford and GM, and this may also spell trouble for Toyota, Honda, all of the Korean brands. And what are we talking about here? Nissan brings back yet another sedan, and we're going to find out what that is today on this video. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Blackhawk Bond 007, back here with another video. If you know the vibes, hit subscribe. If you don't bite, give me a like. That's right. Become a Blackhawk right here, right now if you like what I do. I got the latest and the greatest police chases, test drives, car news, and car reviews. Let's get into it. And Nissan is bringing back, what is it, the freaking 9th generation? Let's go to Shayla real fast. We're gonna wake her up real fast. Nissan has had production of the Nissan Sentra for 42 years now. One of the most beautiful and longest nameplates. Very historic at this point. And they are reminding you that sedans is far from dead. We are here to stay. And this sedan is freaking beautiful. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I'm gonna ask Shayla real fast. How many generations of Nissan Sentra existed?
The Nissan Sentra has had 8 generations so far. Each one has its own unique style.
Alright, so I knew I had my PhD in Nissan. Nissan is on their 9th generation Nissan Sentra for the 2026 model year. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Nissan's website and we're going to check out all the interior and exterior features of the Nissan Sentra. You know, just look at some photos and see what's in the pipeline. What I will tell you is that Nissan is not changing the powertrain. It's going to use the same powertrain that they've had in this car since what? I think they've been using the same powertrain since 2007, man. And I guess, look, it's tried and true. You know what I mean? The Nissan Sentra has held up as reliable. You hear a lot of issues in regards to the Nissan Altimas with the CVTs, even though the Sentra is also using the CVT as well, too. But I will tell you the Nissan Sentra has been one of the most modern, reliable Nissans, because you don't hear too many issues about the Sentra, about it being broken down on the side of the road. I see a lot of them on the road, believe it or not. The Sentra has been out longer than the Nissan Altima. The Altima went through a couple of names. Before the Altima was the Stanza. And, you know, the Stanza also went through the Datsun era before Nissan took over, you know, before they decided to change the name to Nissan. And a lot of those cars, you would see it as Datsun Nissan. If y'all don't know, I don't know if you're watching this from overseas, but if you're watching this from overseas, welcome. Holla at your boy. The Nissan Sentra overseas back at home was known as the Nissan Sunny. So the Nissan has been out for a very long time, y'all. So they came in hatchback body styles, coupes. Never came in a convertible. They did come in a station wagon at one point. I believe that was back in the 80s. And the Sentra, man, it's been a very long historic nameplate. And it is Nissan's reminder that this is what people want. This is the car that is going to save Nissan. Because people are realizing that SUVs ain't it. And they're looking for an affordable car. What is a car? A sedan, a hatchback, a coupe, a convertible. Those are cars. What is an SUV? You look at something like a Ford Expedition, Ford Escape, Nissan Pathfinder, Nissan Rogue. Those are SUVs. They are crossover utility vehicles. Okay, that's what they are. Whether it's, you know, built on a car platform, the body style still classifies it as an SUV, or whether it's body or frame using a truck platform like the Cadillac Escalade, or like the GMC Yukon, or like the, you know, Ford Expedition. You know, they use the F-150 platform. Or like the, I would dare I even say the Jeep Grand Wagoneer using the truck platform of the Ram 1500. Or the Silver, you know, the Escalade using the truck platforms of the Silverado, the GMC Yukon. You know, all those things. Those are body on frames. But nonetheless, whether they're crossovers or whether it's body or frame, it is an SUV. And everybody don't want that particular body style. Somebody don't want something where they're sitting up high. For some people, they say it's easy to sit on the road, to see the road. For some others, they're like, it's too high up. I just need something that's low, compact, makes me feel like it's easier to maneuver. You know what I mean? And I want to say, dare I say, the new Sentra that's coming for 2026 model year is probably now the size of an '02 Nissan Altima. I think I would like to do a review one day of one of those vehicles and put them next to each other and see, what it's looking like. Maybe I'll buy an '02 Altima just to do a review on that car, do a review on the Sentra, put it next to each other at the Nissan dealership, and compare them side by side. But yeah, let's go onto their website. Okay, we're gonna go on Nissan's website. Yeah, man, so check it out. I don't like how their website all starts out with the SUVs. I really don't like that shit, man, but that's okay. Just keep the sedans alive. So here's Nissan's website. You have your crossovers SUVs, you have your trucks, you have got your electric vehicles, your cars, sports cars, future vehicles. So as you can see in their lineup right now, they have the Versa, the Sentra, the Altima, and the Leaf. The Nissan Altima is still in limbo right now. Like, they don't know exactly like what's going to happen. No, we don't know. They know what's going on. But my take on that is the Altima is not going to die either. With Nissan killing off all their electric vehicles, such as the Ariya, the Ariya ain't even barely. The Ariya is damn near like dead on arrival. You know what I mean? So like, it's really a promising future that this Ariya is dying. Because the Ariya would have essentially been like the replacement for the Nissan Murano and the Rogue, and it would have been their SUV-ified moneymaker. We don't care about that. You know why? Because it wouldn't have been their moneymaker. Okay? It wouldn't have been your moneymaker because we don't want electric vehicles. But let's go back to the cars right here. So you have the Versa, you got the Sentra, you got the Altima, and the Nissan Leaf. The Altima is still made overseas. It's a Nissan Tiana. I hope I said that right. And the Versa they're getting ready to kill off. That's fine. I mean, we don't need it, but this Versa was essentially the cheapest vehicle in the United States next to the Mitsubishi Mirage. So going to future vehicles, here we go. Look, Nissan Z Heritage Edition. You got a special edition of the Armada coming out, a Nismo with a more potent twin turbo V6. You got the new Nissan Leaf electric vehicle, and I'm cool with the Leaf. The Leaf was one of those early baby boomers, what I like to call it, or early bird. They started out in the beginning of the decade, pretty much one of the first mass-produced electric vehicles. Dare I say, before Tesla, and it's still hanging around, so it's nice. Let's go to the Sentra here. What we came here for. Let's handle some business. Look at this. This is beautiful, y'all. This is beautiful. Look at the curvature, okay, in this right here. Look at the angles. Look at where the lines connect. From here, you still got that muscular stance, even though it only has 150 horsepower. It is borrowed from the previous generation Sentra, the same powertrain, and it's tried and true. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's naturally aspirated, no turbos. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So look at the lines. Now this is the SR trim, but I'm going to tell you what I really, really, really like about the Sentra. Okay, do we have any press release on this? Any news on that? Look at this. Very nice and sporty and aggressive. Now, I saw the SL trim version of it. I totally all day would get the SL trim. And y'all know I like black cars. But this thing looked beautiful in this champagne gold. So, it says all new exterior styling. The all new Sentra sculpted design looks sharp from every angle with a wide stance, crisp edges, and a bold style. Sentra stands out wherever it goes. Larger customizable dual screens. With so much information on the road, customizing your digital landscape makes for an easier drive. Sentra's largest in-class dual 12.3 display showcase your playlist, messaging, and driving info in a big bold way. A lot of people are getting tired of these screens. Me, I don't mind them, but just make it look like it belongs to the car. You know what I mean? Like this will pass, okay? You know what I mean? This is fine. I don't want the screen taller than my vision to see the road. You know what I mean? I don't want it. I want that. Look at here's a full shot of the interior. Oh, this is beautiful, y'all. Look at this. These are like not necessarily like physical buttons, but they're what's called tactical buttons, where like you could touch it, you still should feel like a vibration of the click. So I like that Nissan is not putting everything or trying to put it on the screen, you know, like Tesla style. You know, I personally, you know, don't like that. That's just my taste though. This right here is part of the interior for an SL trim. I really like this SL trim. I really want to go check that out. Here it is, y'all. Here is a picture of the SL trim. Very beautiful. Some people say it's boring because it's not the two-tone. I say, you know, simplicity gets you a long way, like cologne. You know, less is more. I think it looks way better without the two-tone on this one. Now, the model before that, I say two-tone all day. But this one right here looks like if you stretch it out more, you got a mid-size sedan. This thing looks really, really nice. I always never been a fan of this plastic piece, the fake window. You know, I say make another window and, you know, call it a day. You know what I mean? Or you can put it the same body color, I guess, you know. But it's really nice. I wish I could show y'all a picture of, and look, this is the current generation. This was nice too, but I really like the new one better. This is definitely something I would use as a daily driver, particularly the SL trim. I want to go on motor1.com and see if we can see the SL trim here. Motor1.com is one of my favorite websites that I use to get all of my resources from. So go ahead and check them out. You know, you can see where I'm seeing my news at, but it won't be as intuitive and informative unless you get the information from me, because I'm going to give you all the inside scoop on what's really going on. Get y'all past the bullshit. So let's type that in. I'm typing it in their search thing, and here it is. Look at that. So it says the Nissan Sentra is a vital model for the brand. Soon it will be the automaker's entry-level offering, with the company potentially discontinuing the Versa after the 2025 model year. As one of the few remaining affordable options for consumers, the Sentra receives a much-needed redesign for the 2026 model year. While a lot of the car is new, buyers will find a familiar engine under the hood. A 2-liter 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated, making 149 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque, the same as before. The engine powers the front wheels with an Xtronic continuously variable transmission as the only gearbox option. I would have been happy if they would have added at least a manual, you know what I mean? The Sentra is longer than the model it replaces, 183.3 inches versus 182.9 inches. But the wheelbase is 0.10 inches shorter at 106.5. The sedan's width is the same, 71.5 inches, but the model is now 0.2 inches taller while riding 0.10 inches closer to the ground. The car has an all-new exterior design featuring an evolution of the brand's V-Motion grille, which extends into the new... Man, forget all that. Look at this fucking picture, y'all. This thing is fucking beautiful. Do y'all see that shit, man? This is the SL trim I was telling y'all about. I would totally get this shit. Oh my god, it really just brings like Nissan nostalgia. It's screaming Nissan nostalgia. This reminded me of when the 02 Nissan Altima came out. Beautiful. I'm going to see if I can find the photos from the press release for the Nissan Altima from 2002. Oh my god, look at this, y'all. This is the SR trim. I like the luxury trim way better. Oh man, I would have the seat leaned all the way back. I don't give a fuck. I'm the only person that's going to be in this car. Me and whoever my future woman is. But this is amazing, man. Look at this. Bose audio sound system. Nissan's been using Bose since the beginning of time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design. Look at the lines on here. You got these little grippers right here. Pause. And it really just aligns with their V-Motion design and how revolutionized that it is. This is beautiful. Look at this, y'all. Would y'all buy the Nissan Sentra? Because I sure as hell would. Let's see if we got some more info on this car here. Nissan hasn't released official fuel economy ratings, but the company estimates the 2026 Nissan Sentra will achieve up to 29 miles per gallon city, 38 miles per gallon highway, 33 miles per gallon combined. Slightly lower than the 2025 Sentra, which returned up to, let me tell you something. These compact cars, 4-cylinder, you fill the tank up, you got that for a good week. If you're going point A, point B, make that 2 weeks before you have to refill your tank up. Inside, the new Sentra features a standard 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen with wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and a 7-inch multi-information display. Buyers will need to upgrade to the SV, SR, or SL grades if they wish to have the 12.3-inch driver display and wireless phone connectivity. The SL, which returns to the lineup, comes with a ton of amenities. Standard heated steering wheel. Okay, standard. SL features included a heated steering wheel, ambient lighting, auto-dimming rear-view mirror, power sunroof, 17-inch wheels, and quilted synthetic leather seats. SL trim, dare I say, touching Mazda territory. The SR stands out. And let me tell you something about the Mazda 3. That generation is so old now, but as far as its design, it's still ahead of its time, man. It still fits in beautiful. But anyway, back to the Sentra. The SR stands out with its unique front fascia with a dark chrome grille elements, a trim-specific rear bumper, black side sills, a real spoiler, 18-inch wheels, and a two-tone roof. SVSR SL trims feature a drive mode selected with a sport mode that weighs up the steering, sharpens the throttle response, and changes the CVT calibration. Just give me automatics. I can feel the gears shifting. Nissan says the new Sentra will begin reaching showrooms sometime later this year. It hasn't released price information, but the 2025 Sentra starts at $22,785, which includes the $1,195 destination charge. We expect the 2026 Sentra's price to still begin in a low $20,000 range. I'm expecting it to be a little bit more. You've gotten some lucky cases. We've got some lucky cases before where the price started slightly cheaper. Leaving the previous gen to be left to like fleets, rental cars and stuff. But let's take a look at this one more time. I like the design right here. Okay, I like this. I like how these little stripes are going down and shaping the V motion grille. As you can see right here, there's the V, you know, and it goes all the way down to the bumper. These look like, dare I say, is this okay? So no functional. I guess you don't need it with all these freaking slots right here, but no functional vents right here where a fog lamp would be, unless this serves as the fog lamp. Let's go back to that previous photo right here. This one right here, yeah, so maybe daytime running lights, I would say. And then you have your low beams right here, and then maybe they just get a little brighter for the high beam. Okay. I love how sleek that looks in the back. I like how they reskinned the body. Basically, that's what it is. I like the long tail light. Beautiful nod to the back in the day where Pontiac had those lights. It's very nostalgic. The Buick Century, the Pontiac 6000. They had those long strip lights. I really loved those. I think it'll really look really handsome on this car. Really sharp on the Altima as well too. SL, look at that, baby. Thing looking nice. Look at this interior. I like how quilted the quilted pattern. I'm fucking with the quilted pattern going here. Love this two-tone blue here. Maybe I'll catch one like that as is at the dealership and put a loan out on that motherfucker. You have dual zone climate control. Here's your tactic buttons right here. I like that it's still some type of separation from the buttons on the screen. I don't like the screen stuff. Yeah, and they didn't go lazy with the back either. Quilted in the back as well too. Not expecting too much from the back, you know, but I do like that they kept the theme going and they didn't cheapen out on the cost of this car, R&D. So yeah, I mean, to each his own for the SR, but I like the SL a lot better. Very luxurious for a Sentra. And if you remember the 1993 Nissan Altima, their theme was luxury to go against BMW. BS, but whatever, you know. And I found one, y'all. I found a GLE Altima. We're going to get it. So hang tight, y'all. But anyway, if you know the vibes, hit the subscribe. If you don't bite, give me a like. Give the video a big thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this Nissan Sentra. I'm highly interested in this car. I really like the design of this vehicle. If it has good enough features, that will be a win. Or just give me a pre-owned 2022 or 23 Altima, you know. That works out too. And, you know, you get a 2019, 2020, I can find them for $6,000, $7,000 now. Find a nice equipped SL. Be happy, call it a day, be grateful. But anyway, let's talk about the new Sentra, 2026 Sentra. Would y'all buy this over the Toyota Corolla? I think the Corolla design is very well outdated now. Very boring. I wouldn't buy a Corolla over this. And GM and Ford, another sedan, back again in y'all country, United States of America. Where's the sedans at, GM? Bring them back, Ford. Where they at? If y'all want to see my review I did on the Ford Fusion, go ahead and check that out. Beautiful car. It's a 2010 Ford Fusion SEL, top trim level, 4-cylinder. And yeah, just goes to show you that what Ford should have never gotten rid of. Jim Farley, listen to us, man. It's not your fault. I think you came in when it was pretty much too late. Then you come 2019 or 2020. Let's look that up real fast. We can ask Shayla, see what's going on here. We're going to ask her real fast before I go. Shayla,
Before we get started, I'd like to know.
What would you like to know?
Well, I'm interested in all sorts of things. I love learning about history, especially ancient civilizations. I'm also fascinated by space exploration and the possibility of life on other planets. And I enjoy reading about different cultures and trying new foods. What about you? What are you passionate about?
Cars, music, and relationship podcasting. But anyway, what I want to know is, Jim Farley, when did he become CEO of Ford?
Jim Farley became the CEO of Ford on October 1st, 2020. Is there anything else you'd like to know about him or Ford?
No. Have a good day.
You too.
So yeah, he came when it was too late, y'all. He came when Ford already pretty much destroyed the company. And so, Jim Farley, hit me up, man. Bring the sedans back. You're a car enthusiast at heart. You understand that we don't want just a Mustang. A Mustang that most of us are not going to be able to afford. Bring sedans back to compete against Toyota. This is not just about profitability. This is about what we want. If you bring them back, you're going to make bank, okay? You see Nissan never got rid of them. They're getting rid of their EVs. That should tell you something. But anyway, until next time, holla at your boy. I'll see y'all on the next video.
Kind of makes me wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.